It was a really courageous win. Not sure whether, in a lot of ways, it was a win we deserved. Said pre-game that got a lot of respect for Fremantle, the depth they seem to have in their team at the moment. Their good players played well, and I think you could mount a pretty good argument to say at the end there they probably should have won the game. But with the situation with us pre-game losing a few important players, we clearly have a group of players that aren't quite at their best at the moment in the way we're using the ball. And the thing that I'm still a little bit in awe of is just the strength of character in our players. They don't give up, they hate losing, and that's the way they play, and I'm really proud of them tonight.
Surely, though, the clean manner in which you finished compared to the way they finished means you deserve to win the game.
You can get into the who deserved to... I mean, probably the team that deserves to win the game is the one that finishes on top. Well, I'm referring to the fact that they had a lot of shots. They had more shots than we did. They had more inside 50s. Now, the fact that they didn't finish, that they would say, well, they probably need to work on that. But it was a game that we knew was going to be a huge challenge. And I sit here, as I said, a little bit very happy with the character our guys showed, but more relief than jubilation this week.
How did you feel you handled the clearances and sand?
Oh, not well. He dominated. Oh, well, Brad Ottens did a good job. We were really happy with Brad. We gave away a lot of free kicks in there, and our stoppage setup in the last half of the game wasn't great, and they were really able to get on top there. But, you know, I'll always try to be honest with you guys. Aaron is a massive challenge. Said that pre-game and saying it post-game.
Did you think Steve Johnson was going to get up at the end of the second quarter?
Yeah, well, 122 kilos hitting your front on. I could understand if he didn't get up, and he was pretty sore, and he's pretty sore now. But again, I mean, we were tempted to sub him because he just couldn't move at half time. But he toughed it out. Now, he's one of those freakish players, but maybe outside of Geelong, the determination that he shows is a little bit underrated.
How courageous was it to go up and just keep going? A bloke who's weighing 30, 40 kilos more.
Well, yeah, very courageous when you look back on it, but that's just what we expect of all our players. The fact that we have some highly skilled players in general, maybe not so much tonight, is secondary to the fact that they win the hard ball and take their turn when it's required. I'm fortunate to have inherited that group of players.
And you've got a couple of those players in particular, in Lingy and Chapman, coming back. Did you feel that they just sort of improved gradually as the game went on?
Yeah, I did. I thought Lingy was good for most of the night, but I thought across the board we just didn't use the ball as well as we would like. Fremantle pressured really well. I mean, there was a time there where I reckon it was about a 10-minute patch where we just couldn't get the ball out of our back half, and it was like a similar situation to the St Kilda game. We're trying to do some things, but the opposition's doing a very good job of stopping us. Now, we clearly have a lot of work to do in that area, but I thought Fremantle, you know, they'd sit here disappointed that they've lost the game, but there's a lot of things that they'd be pretty positive about.
Like you said, they struggled to get the ball out of the half. Do you think they might have almost kicked themselves out of the contest a little bit?
Fremantle?
Yeah.
With their shots at goal?
Yeah.
No, well, when I say kick themselves out, it's not for me to comment on them.
Yeah,
the comment I'm making is they had a lot of shots that they missed, and in a way, we feel fortunate to have won the game.
How important is it to get 2 12 wins against Solas, who probably be competing for the top 4 spot as well?
Yeah, critical. And we think they will be competing for top 4 spots, so that's the positive. We have a lot to work on. We've altered a few things that we're not quite seeing at the moment, but I think it's the strength of character of these players and their competitiveness that's getting us over the line at the moment as much as anything that the coaching group is doing.
And how are you handling the close games? You're still up there up in the box.
Well, today I was better for the run, probably. But as I said, this was more relief rather than jubilation. We're through the game, we were aware that there are some things that we need to work on through the week that were a little bit harder to change during the game. So we're a bit more pragmatic in our approach today.
You try to get some young guys into the mental performance tonight?
Yeah, terrific. He looks like he can become a genuine AFL player. We've got a lot of guys who are just feeling their way in AFL footy. I mean, we talk about the things that we're trying to work on as a team. Some of those young players are just trying to work on being an AFL player, much less the things that Geelong are working on. And we'll keep bringing them in if they do a good enough job with their effort during the week and at VFL level. So, again, Fremantle were fantastic. We knew it was going to be a challenge early in the week. When we lost some players going into the game, we knew it was going to be a bigger challenge. So from that perspective, very satisfying.
Sorry, guys.
That's right.
How's Selwood and Lonergan and Mooney going for next week?
A bit hard to tell with Lonergan. His calf is it's a really strange one. He pulled up from the game okay, didn't do much work during the week and didn't come up for the game. So we would think he'd be okay, but we just don't know. It's a weird one that might get weirder. Cam Mooney, it was pretty good. We just didn't feel that he came through the game in good enough health. He's got a few really minor things, so I would say he'd be a very good chance to play. And Joel, yeah, we think so, but as you know, everyone knows with concussion, unfortunately we're kind of guessing a little bit. And in the end, our position with Joel was not so much can we rule him out because of the symptoms he's got, was we need to ask ourselves the question, are we positive that he's okay to play? And in the end, we couldn't be sure. We were very close, but it was just we definitively couldn't say that he would be okay.
You were able to catch their defence leaning the wrong way with centering the ball and getting back inside the corridor. You must have been pleased with that aspect of the play. Work for
the Geelong ball movement, in a sense, in certain scenarios, shouldn't really change too much. And the battle coaching against Geelong in previous years has been the way the ball moves so quickly. And a lot of space at Subi. We've got some players that are well suited to that.
Were you able to do any planning on them based on what you'd experienced being inside their camp?
Yeah, we did a lot of planning based on the things I knew. But again, I was being honest during the week when I said, I know Mundy's a very good player and Pavlich is a very good player. Hill, Ballantyne, Duffield, the list goes on. Stopping them's kind of another thing. So in my mind, I almost turned full circle, focusing a bit on what I know about Fremantle. In the end, what was important for us was the way Geelong played. And that's far from perfect. And I'm aware of the fact that Fremantle will improve as well. But I think what we're seeing at the moment in the competition is there are quite a few sides that aren't at their best. It's a long season, so it's important that we can scrape over the line in a few games like this and get the wins on the board while we're improving the way we play.
Do you feel like you're able to play your own game time more than last week?
From an offensive perspective, in a way, very, very hard to close down the game completely at Subiaco on the big ground. I thought Fremantle defended their front half very well. At times we attacked really well. At times we were really disappointed, one with our skill level, but two our kind of method as well. So it was more open. Do we want to play open, free-flowing footy? I'd prefer to play contested footy, but we certainly want to score heavily. Asking a lot.